Fuck's sake. 20 years I've been doing this, it still fucking baffles me. Yes, I'm afraid we seem to have built a comedy club around your conversation. I'm so sorry. Having a conversation at a comedy club, it is a bit like going to a brothel and having a wank. You conversation whore. Now, good, well, I'm going to get the next act on because it'll stop me committing murder. So what we're going to do is we're going to start stamping our feet just a little bit. We're going to start clapping our hands just a little bit. And we're going to whoop, and we're going to cheer, and we're going to give it up for Tony Kinsella!
Knock, knock. Parcel force. No, sorry, they fucked off before we could get to the door. That's about as far as I go with audience interaction, you'll be glad to know. And you've passed the test, you are a lovely audience, because I'm not used to being surrounded by lovely people. I come from a little village not too far from here called Little Salford on the Piss. Anybody in from Salford? Hello, security. Could we raise the terrorist alert from amber to red, please? No, it's lovely to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm a Salford lad, you can probably guess by the clothes. It's kind of Guantanamo Bay with a little twist of Gothic. I don't want to be a stereotype, but I've also brought me beer on stage, so you'll have to bear with me. It is a bit unprofessional. But even at my ripe old age this afternoon, I finally had my first ever blowjob. Not celebrating, I'm just trying to get rid of the fucking taste. I haven't got time. But no, I do come from a rough area, and I need the beer to try and calm my nerves a little bit as well. When I left home today, I was absolutely surrounded by a bunch of bloody scallies. And I'm telling you, it was effing this, effing that. They weren't swearing, they were just comparing the GCSE results. Topical. But I'm not going to be a stereotype, because you see, before you're a really proud Salfordian. In fact, I'm even buying a house in Salford at the moment. A couple of days ago, I went to the pound shop, as we call it round our way, the estate agent. One of the employees showed me around the property. She said, here's the gas cooker, here's the fridge freezer, here's the washing machine. Now would you like to take a look inside the house? So I thought I'd find out a bit about the neighbours. She said, oh, they're pretty quiet, they keep themselves to themselves. I said, is that because they're professional people? She said, no, because they're all on fucking ASBOs. Got no choice. I was a little bit worried because the house was next door to a great big main road. A lamppost with a load of flowers tied to it. Underneath the flowers was a sign saying, fatal accident here, 2:30 p.m. Tuesday. Turned out to be an advertisement for a forthcoming event. But, you know, I'm not going to take the piss out of Salford because it's a very cultural city. As you probably know, we've even got a university there. I think about 10 years ago, it upgraded from a polytechnic. And the year before that, I think it was the Citizens Advice Bureau. But we've got museums, we've got galleries, we've got theatres, and just last weekend I went to see an outdoor production of Shakespeare's Othello. It was a really moving moment when Othello died. It's just that when I read it in school, I always thought he committed suicide. This time he got the shit kicked out of him by 6 National Front skinheads. But it did turn out he wasn't even in the script. But as well as being a very cultural place, Salford is also a vibrant commercial place. Over at Salford Precinct, we've now got 24-hour shopping. Well, we've got rioting and looting, but it's pretty much the same thing. Because some of you posh Mancunians and people from Accrington, you were probably really shocked when you saw the CCTV footage of kids about this big nicking trainers from JD Sports. In fact, some of the kids who were nicking the trainers are even younger than the ones who stitched them together in the first place. A little bit of politics there. But I'm not surprised that the kids are growing up with such a sort of criminal mentality these days. I've looked at some of the games they play. You've got computer games like Grand Theft Auto. But even some of the board games that they play. I don't know if you've ever played the customised Salford version of Monopoly. You basically buy a few properties, set fire to them and claim on the insurance. Instead of a get-out-of-jail-free card, you get a sawed-off shotgun and a fake passport. You can also get Salford Lego. They don't give you any wheels, you just put your cars onto 4 stacks of bricks. There's a Salford version of Trivial Pursuit, that's called A Visit to the Job Centre. But the best one of all, especially for the girls, is the Salford Barbie doll. You get 2 costumes to dress her in. You get pyjamas and slippers for when she's ready to bed. And you get a different coloured pyjamas and slippers for when she goes shopping in Netto. You get all the accessories, you get the Benefit book, the 20 Lambert and Butler, the tattoos. And you can still buy Ken to be Salford Barbie's boyfriend, it's just that now he doubles up as her pimp. But the best thing of all about Salford Barbie is that you do get the 6 kids to go with her. That's David, 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 David and David. Obviously that's a bit fucking confusing, so you might want to call them David, Dave, Davey, Davo. Oh fuck it, just use the 6 different surnames, it's a lot easier. I know I'm on dodgy ground with the Salford posse for saying that, but I should just say my own kid sister. She has got 3 kids with different dads. I sometimes babysit for them on a Friday night when she goes clubbing. And she likes to see herself as a bit of a MILF. But I prefer to call her a girl who fancies all lads. Sorry, try that again. Just check my script, sorry. She likes to see herself as a bit of a MILF. I prefer to see her as a sister who loves all guys. Or a slag. That joke is funny if you get the words in the right order. And I've been going out until recently with a Salford girl myself. And she used to be really pretty, but she came on one day and she shaved her head, got a load of piercings done, got a load of tattoos. And now I tend to refer to her as a golf. A girlfriend only lesbians fancy. And she was a lovely girl, though. She was a girl called Amber. Quite an appropriate name, because I never quite knew whether to continue seeing her or just stop suddenly. And there may be some couples in here who've got pet names for each other behind closed doors. I used to refer to her as Microsoft. Every time I took my clothes off, it used to turn her off. And I had to figure out some way of turning her back on again. And she used to refer to me as the catalogue. I said, is that because I open your mind to a wide range of possibilities? She said, no, it's because you come in a jiffy every 2 months. But, so, you know, she was a very romantic girl. She used to wear a wristband with my name on. I say wristband, it was more of a permanent electronic tag. But we had our ups and downs. Again, some of you couples may have a special romantic song that means something to you. Ours was the Clash singing Should I Stay or Should I Go? Because it was a very rocky relationship. We kept on breaking up all the time. I once walked out and said I needed more space. So she left and took all the fucking furniture with her. But although things had gone quite badly up until about last Christmas, we were kind of getting back on an even keel. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that last Christmas poor Amber died. Thank you for feeling my pain. And I've been quite traumatised by it, and I do blame myself. All my friends say that's illogical, but I don't think it is, because I'm the bastard who killed her. But before you judge me too harshly, let me just point out, it was a complete misunderstanding. In retrospect, I realised she wanted some expensive cosmetics for Christmas. When she asked me to buy something that would take years off her, I bought her a bottle of cyanide pills. My bad. But the strange thing is, the first time I ever met Amber's mum and dad was during her funeral. What a miserable pair of bastards they turned out to be. I think I probably dodged a bullet there in the long run. But after she died, I did go around to her flat and I was looking through all the belongings, partly to try and get some sort of closure, some kind of spiritual catharsis, but also to see what I could flog on eBay. And being a proud Salford lass herself, I found some really rare DVDs, so if anybody make me an offer on these after the show, you're very welcome. They're all DVDs produced and made in Salford. The first one's a documentary about the Salford synchronised swimming team in the Olympics. It's called Reservoir Dogs. Next one's all about a year in the life of a Salford teenage girl. That's called 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I've got a social history of Salford called Apocalypse Yonks Ago. A film all about a Salford prostitute. That's called Enter the Dragon. I've also got a big budget thriller called Robin Hoodie, Prince of Thieves. He steals from the rich. He also steals from the poor in order to finance his drug habit. But I've got a real rarity here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, but Steven Spielberg secretly made a film in the posh end of Salford called Worsley. And it's based on a true story of a ménage à trois involving an unnamed Premiership footballer and a super injunction. It's called Saving Ryan's Privacy. If anybody, at the end of the show, if anybody would like to make me an offer on these, I will be absolutely fucking amazed. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a fabulous audience. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
now he's worn that shell suit on stage, it is now tax deductible, if he actually paid any tax. Good. Well, you're at New Stuff at the Comedy Store, where comedians who've sweated it out all week to write material for your delight and delectation provide a handy backdrop for any anecdotes you might like to tell. So I'm such a bitch. I got undeniably camp then, didn't I? I'm usually such a thrusting young buck. I am married. It's always a surprise to a lady. But I don't know why. Because I have slightly rounded vowels and a propensity to wear velvet. People think I'm gay, and I'm not. It's not because I have any. I'm not prejudiced against homosexuals or anything, but I just think that would be my first. I just couldn't. I mean, good luck. Well done, but couldn't myself. Really. Really. I mean, I like having one, but I don't think I want to know what it tastes like. Anyway, but I mean, anyway, well done, good, it's good. So, but no, I am. It is always a surprise when people find out. I mean, it's always a surprise. It's a surprise. It's also a testament to Vietnamese commerce. But no, I didn't buy her. So next act, pretty much.